Good morning, everyone. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Finally, the sound is on because I've been, I haven't had systems in place for the past 2 or 3 live streams, but now we're back. Okay, so hold on, I'll just pull up my chart here and everything. I would really appreciate if you guys could confirm to me inside the chat if there are any issues with the sound, and if there aren't any issues with the sound, and that's just great. I did take a bit of a short trade here. But I'm not really happy with my entry. Hold on, I'll show you guys where I entered and when and why. So I entered when I had the first rejection off of this first presented fair value gap, right here. Now I've then noticed that my stop loss has to be quite big for my liking, but it is what it is. And I've actually did not calculate my lot size properly for this, so I am risking a bit more than I would normally risk. I'm risking 1.5%, just because I mistakenly calculated my stop loss placement, which at this point is right here. I initially had it calculated right above this candle, the candle here that I'm treating as a possible unicorn short, but then I've noticed the 905 SIBI on the 1 minute. Anyway, I'll see how this thing will develop further, and hopefully it's just going to keep on dropping. Okay, perfect. So now I can bring my stop loss right above here. Hold on, let me just do that. So above the candle where we have the first presented FVG, right above the 931 candle right there. So what's this? So right now I'm risking 1%, how I would normally want to. I could bring my stop loss above the swing high over here, because technically it did create a SIBI and it did reject from it. But I'll see. Because, oh my god, because I would want it, let me just put this back here, because I would want price to have like a more, you know, a more convincing drop, to be honest with you. Okay, so this is where I'll get like 2% based on my current risk. But yeah, I'm glad it actually went and closed under these lows here, because otherwise I would have been forced to keep my stop loss higher, and I wouldn't really like that. Now what I want to do is keep on watching it on the 5 minutes, because it just took out these relatively equal lows here, and it seems to be rejecting. Also, you can see that gold did take out these lows, whereas silver did not. So that's a bit concerning right now. So you guys did not tell me if the sound is okay. Indicator list. Okay. Sound is good, sound is good. Okay. Also looking at the 5-minute, it seems to be respecting this 930 bearish fair value gap, which is a good thing, and I would deem 730 as being our unicorn for the 5 minutes. I'm not, like I said, I'm not really a fan of price rejecting from after taking those relatively equal lows here around, what's that, 7 a.m. However, I'm happy it's not creating a BISI so far. Obviously, it's not like it can't create a BISI anymore, but at least I'm happy it did not do that for now. I don't like this SMT created here because that's just liquidity at London high here. I don't like that at all. Also, New York high is liquidity, current New York high. Yeah, and look at it rejecting from there. You see, this is the moment I'm not really a fan of what it's doing, and if it's gonna invalidate this 941 CB, might as well just get out of the trade, you know. Yeah. Still, last line of defense remains this 931 CB here on the 1 minute, because you see that's the last fair value gap that price respected, left out of it, I would say with a bit of momentum. If we were to consider there is some bearish fair value gap on this bearish leg, and it also, like, the move that left off out of that CB also created that SMT, the large SMT that we have here. So if that if that fair value gap would be invalidated, then obviously that would be a clear confirmation that shorts are out of the question for now. But we'll see. Because for now, it's not being invalidated. Do you guys have any idea how I can remove these things from here from the chart, like these buttons? What do I have to do? Because I know I had them deactivated previously, but I totally forgot how I did that. Okay, back in our favor. Also looking at the 5 minutes. Looking at the 5 minutes, I like the way it kept on respecting this SIBI over here to the left side of the chart. That's the 425 SIBI on the 5 minutes. Honestly, I'd love to see this thing go all the way down to the low of the Asia session. Not sure if it's gonna do it though, but we'll see. Because you know, there are no divergences here. Lower. Hold on, didn't I just, oh no, it's fine. I marked the SMT buy side, not the SMT sell side as well. Okay, what's the 15 minutes saying? Oh yeah, wow. So 3 more minutes until the 15-minute candle is gonna close. I love the way it seems to be, because you see right now on the 15-minute, we have the unicorn here. I could actually change the color for these, just make them purple, which is the color that I usually use for bearish inversions. And then we have the SIBI that seems to be forming here. Another 2 minutes and 30 seconds until the current 15-minute candle is going to close. I would really love to see this candle closing bearish, maybe even small body bearish. I wouldn't mind if then the next candle would tap into the bearish fair value gap, but just slightly tap it and then move lower. And then we have this beautiful bearish order block over here. everything on the 15 minutes. And everything nicely staying inside. Another unicorn short. SIBI here on the 15 minutes. And a bearish breaker, which is this one over here. And you can see how the midpoint of that bearish breaker was respected, because if I were to pull up a fib on that bearish candle, the 50% level goes here. And you can see how nicely price rejected from that. Okay. Bearish breaker block 15 minutes. And then here we've got bearish order block 15 minutes. Half a minute until 15-minute and 30-minute are going to close, and also the 1 hour. I'm a bit concerned with this busy here on the 30 minutes because price on gold has a bad habit of respecting 30-minute fair value gaps, which is not something that I'm really fascinated about, obviously, but it is what it is. Here in the 1 minute, the thing that I like is the fact that it inverted this BISI on the 950 candle, which is the BISI that price created after it created that SMT. Let's see what's further gonna do in here. Yeah, come on. Based on the 5 minutes, if price will not rip lower, we're likely going to see it create this unicorn here on the 5 minutes, which I would not like to see it do that, which means that this high could be turned into a bullish breaker, but we'll see. The 1 hour also closed bearish, which I'm quite happy about because it also managed to close under the bodies of these candles here, which I would deem as a support. So I would say this is a broken support. But if this next candle doesn't continue to move lower, then that might have been just a fake breakout. Yeah, you see, things can change so fast. Like, what the fuck? Just look at how Just look at how it just kissed that level. I don't like it. Anyway, I'm just gonna, because right now on the 1 minute is definitely ranging, so it would make more sense to just, also the 5 minutes is ranging, because you can't play like this. Bullish candle, bearish candle, bullish candle, bearish candle, and right now bullish candle. You just can't do this. So I think it's more relevant to watch it on the 15 minutes right now. I would definitely love for gold to stop inside this 15-minute SIBI. Just slightly kiss it and then move lower, because there's virtually no reason. If it ought to continue to move lower, there is no reason why it would just not stop inside that SIBI. Or even better, not even reach the SIBI. I would definitely say we're on to clear Asia low, these relatively equal lows here. Because I'm thinking everyone sees these as support. So we'll see. Breakage just kissing me even. I would like that. Hi everyone. Yeah, definitely. This little thing here is doing a great job at, resisting price. Ooh, yeah, I'm definitely taking partials. I'm definitely leaving 10%, moving stop loss at break even. Nice. Yeah, nice one. Really nice one, you guys. Everyone who took this, congrats. I'm not even waiting for TP to be hit here because what the heck? What the heck? I won't lie, I really had a little bit of I was a bit emotional with this. Just took 69 pips in, like, price moved from my entry to where I took profit, almost 70 pips in 1 minute. Why the fuck would I not get out of the trade? I don't get it. I have 10% running. It could do whatever it wants with that. It can build my confidence, but right now I'm building my account size. So yeah, I'll call that a win. W, guys. Chart queen, yay. If you guys want to use the emojis that I'm using, there's a feature that I've created for the YouTube membership tiers. It's just a small little fee that YouTube is gonna ask. Of course, it's set by me, but it's the smallest one that I could set. So that you can so that you guys can use these cool emojis that I've created. We've got a winner one, we've got a lesson one whenever we take a lesson, not a loss. Because what's the difference between lesson and loss? It's just like a letter E or something. Chart king, and then we've got chart queen, and all sorts of nice membership badges that are gonna appear next to your name in the chat for being a supporter of my channel. So if you guys want to find out more details about that, you can click the join button right under the live stream, right under the video on YouTube, and you're gonna see more information about that in here over there. So yeah, just gonna keep on watching price, just for the sake of not making this live stream only, I don't know, only half an hour long or half an hour short. But yeah, it's definitely going out well. And right now, look, you guys, honestly, the way price reacted from this SIBI, the way that SIBI, and when I say that SIBI, I'm talking about 941. The way 941 SIBI kept price under it, the way it resisted price, makes me think about only one thing. I mean, two things. Price might take out the sell side right above there. The buy side, sorry, right above there. Also tap the 15-minute fair value gap that it created and then move lower, or it's not going to reach there, or we could actually see that as being our unicorn to go long, obviously, if price is going to close above this area here. Okay, above these highs here, 37, 65.70, 66 or 70. Think about it like this. If price will now start to move with momentum upwards, and it's going to have a strong body closing above, strong bullish body candle closing above these swing highs that previously respected the bearish fair value gap over here at 941, then also creating a BISI as it moves above that level and closes above that level, that's going to be a clear indication that price will likely seek buy-side liquidity, and that's going to be our unicorn long. Okay, but for now, it seems that the unicorn short was doing a very good job. And for those who don't actually, for those who didn't understand uh, which fair value gaps were our unicorns, so this was the unicorn short on the 5 minutes, 7:30, all right? And then on the 1 minute, I was looking at 8:48 and or 9:05. Price, like if I would look at 9:05 versus 8:38, I would definitely take 9:05, and let me zoom in and show you guys why. So this 8:48 and this 9:05. So the difference between these two is the fact that look at how price closed under the swing low that previously respected that 905 fair value gap and then went higher with momentum, creating higher highs. And now I want you to look at how price closed under that level. I think these are the moments when price is going to create a breakaway gap that it's not gonna revisit, because obviously that's why it's called a breakaway gap, because it's not revisited any longer. But you can see how this next candle, 9:30, barely wicked up, retested that breaker, which is here, the 9:12 candle, and then it moved lower, and then it also created the 9:31 CB, which was also the first presented FVG after market open at 9:30. The reason why I'm saying I would have definitely considered more 905 as being the unicorn and not necessarily 848, it's the fact that, you know, so far price did not retest 848. Okay, we had a closure under the swing low that previously respected that BC, which is this one, 855. Price did overlap closing under that level with a CB, the 931 CB, and then we had a nice retest and a rejection off of that CB. However, I would have liked to see it retest the unicorn, if this ought to be our unicorn for the 848. Obviously, it's not late to do that, but if it does that, then it's going to create a unicorn long here. Okay, the 941. Anyway, I'm glad I took the short. I'm glad I held until it actually went in my favor, or until it would have invalidated the setup. So yeah, if you guys took it, congrats. Congratulate yourself. So like that. 1.5R. I'm happy with that. It's not a problem. 1.5R is better than -1%. Definitely. Okay, all right. A lot of goodies today. Happy Wednesday, Simona. Happy Wednesday. Yeah, autocorrect did you wrong, or I don't know what exactly happened there. Hez, Guz. Oh, you were typing Z instead of Y. Okay, that went really, really weird. Oh shoot, I just noticed that I had the trade open on another account as well, and I did not take oh my god. That was 80 pips in profit, and I did not take any out of that. How stupid. Yeah, I was too focused on this account, and I completely forgot about the other one I had the trade open on. Yeah, well, I moved my stop loss to break even. If it's gonna take me out, it's gonna take me out, and that's it. My bad. That's a bad thing when you're trading on more than one account because, yeah. You can't monitor everything, but whatever. Looking at the 5 minutes here now, even though based on the 1 minute, it could seem that price will reject and respect from this 1 minute BISI that it just created here, 10.15. I wouldn't really think that that BISI is going to hold because I am rather seeing price rejecting from this 5 minute bearish order block. Because, you know, I don't know, I just see it that way. Yeah, it's true that we're still in some form of SMT divergence here. Gold and silver are still divergent or still diverging. I don't know how you call this, but whatever. But yeah, we'll see. So for anyone still holding a runner, keep holding, okay? There is no reason to close your runner. Unless it's going to be closed out at break even, which, oh, mine already was closed at break even. Oh, come on. But how? I think, oh yeah, it was. With the spread, I think that it was a little lower than break even. Anyway. So now in order to have like, you know, a continuation lower, you really want price. After every swing high that it creates, you want it to move back down with momentum and displace to create a new lower low. You don't want it to just sit around there, meandering around, you know, or being unable to create a new low or, you know, stuff like that. You just want it to see it, you just want to see it displacing, creating a new lower low, just like it's probably gonna do right now. I guess I can still hold this on the chart because I still have my trade opened on another account. Let's see if it's going to go to the SMT sell side under Asia low. I think I've marked there, or what exactly is that? Slightly under the low of the Asia session. That would be really interesting to see. Yeah, see, this is not a really nice thing because whenever price is definitely looking to go further lower, why? Because with any new move higher, it fails to create a higher high and then it creates a lower high. But the fact that it doesn't create a lower low as well right away, and it just, you know, instead of creating a lower low after it created a lower high, it just starts to meander around. Well, maybe it's going to want to rebalance this or stuff like that. Maybe it's going to want to, you know, purge that swing high and then move lower. The thing is that whenever price is doing this, like this back and forth movement with a lot of pullbacks, that's what you hear a lot of traders call high resistance liquidity run, because it means that price will find a lot of resistance, well in this case a lot of support if you want to call it like that, and its way lower towards sell side, and it's just going to create a lot of choppiness and a lot of pullbacks. If you have a strategy in place where you pyramid your entries, getting a lot of pullbacks, it's going to be really good for you. Because you can actually take more entries as price creates a new swing high and you like lower high with the expectation that it will next create a lower low as well. However, if you're like me and you just want, you know, price to move in your favor or against you as fast as possible, this type of market environment is not really where you're gonna thrive. But yeah, let's see. I'm probably gonna get ready to take partial from my other account as well. Yeah, I'll do that. A price level that I did not mark, that I, you know, I did not mark on my chart lately, but which is extremely important and which I always used to keep an eye on is 12 midnight open. Let me just mark that real quick right now. Oh no, not cancel. All right, so 12 a.m. Oh my God, my neighbor is mowing the lawn. Why? You guys, look at this beautiful, beautiful trade. Amazing. You know, you guys, there's a good thing in, you know, Asia low. There's a good thing in living at an apartment building because you don't get all this type of noise, you know, coming from different neighbors. And yeah, I guess this 30 minutes busy doesn't really mean anything anymore. So yeah, just look at what beautiful reaction we're getting off of that 5-minute bearish order block over here. This one, what's that? That is 10 a.m. 10 a.m. You guys like my cup? It's a little angel. All right, you guys. So I think that I'm just going to say goodbye. I think I'm going to call it a day. Mainly because of the noise here and because I'm pretty much done for the day. Yeah, I'm pretty much done for the day. Don't forget, if you guys have a runner, just keep the runner running, okay? Don't close the runner until it reaches the low of the Asia session or similar, or I don't know. You have to have like a pip target that's going to be your confidence builder, you know, and not necessarily calculate that target in number of pips, but more like in levels of drawn liquidity. So for me right now, the drawn liquidity is the low of the Asia session. So yeah, that's where my confidence would get really big, because I would have a confirmation that the way I'm interpreting the market in terms of liquidity, swing points, draw on liquidity, entry levels, and all of that stuff is accurate. So that's what you want to do, because building confidence with every trade that you take and you hold, doesn't matter if you don't hold the whole trade, as long as you're closing your trade at a level where you were happy with the profits that you made, and you're not getting out of fear, you're not, you know, giving up on the trade because you're afraid you're gonna lose a small profit that you already made, and you're you know, you're chipping away your, you know, your profitability by doing so. But you know, as long as you're taking partial profits at sums of money that you are happy with, and then you're also leaving your runner. I think that that is a fantastic thing because you're building your account, you're building your funded account or your personal account, and you're also building your confidence at the same time. And in my opinion, that is the most dangerous combo to become successful, to become profitable, to become whatever you want to become. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's live stream, and I really hope you learned something. If you did, make sure um, to give the video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. It would also help the algorithm, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at the same time. Bye.